Here I'm out, having another wee walk. Well, it's not going to be a wee walk. It's going to be approximately about 4 miles. So we'll see how I cope physically. But considering I did a lot of talking yesterday, and I ended up having to stop 2 or 3 times because I was just about to be sick, and I was just about sick again this morning, I'm going to try and do this without talking as such. But there's something that comes to mind that has to be said. During my brief fling with constant use of methylene blue, which is a synthetic compound that increases the ATP in the mitochondria, I used it for about 18 days straight, utilising a half dose of 65 milligrams per day. One thing I noticed is that after a few days, I started to struggle less and less and less with my light and sound sensory issues. So that must have something to do with increased ATP. Now, I still do keep a little container on me everywhere I go with a single methylene blue dose and some high strength painkillers, just in case I get caught out somewhere in too much pain and I need to get home or wherever I'm going. But utilising a synthetic compound is not good because it's synthetic and it forces the body to do something it's not naturally meant to do. So, with the things I'm doing, the increased salt intake in warm water every morning, an hour later 30 grams of bee pollen on some porridge oats, and the 2 different types of complex branched amino acids. One of them has 9 separate amino acids, but the other one is more concentrated for people who suffer with just deficits in neuroreceptor activity, let's call it. Because the new one that came today contains both L-tyrosine and L-phenylalanine. Now, L-phenylalanine is the precursor for both L-theanine and L-tyrosine, but this one's got rose extract, it's got phenylalanine, it's got L-tyrosine, and a couple other important things like copper, I was going to say zinc bicyclinate, something like that, but that's not the right one, but I've got photos I'll add. But yeah, correcting the body's deficiencies in its entirety then brings the naturally ATP levels naturally rise back to what they should be. But with biohacking, say I was a so-called healthy individual, not afflicted with any disability or condition. Everybody has deficiencies, even those unafflicted. But when you are afflicted with anything, you have to add in certain things to modify the intake to help you best. So biohacking is not just a straightforward thing, but if you don't struggle with any disabilities, you need to concentrate on 3 things: complex branched amino acids, salt in warm water, real salt, either ancient salt, not processed bullshit, Himalayan pink salt, ancient blue salt, that sort of thing. That and warm water every morning when you get up. And about 30 grams of bee pollen in your breakfast about an hour after you drink salty water.